Now at 4:30, confrontations, harassment, and crime. It's what some Venice neighbors say led them to reach out to NBC4 Streets of Shame series. They're hoping to shine a light on what they say is a growing danger on their streets. NBC4's Cádiz Klemack is live in Venice. And John, you've been covering this issue in Venice for a while.
Yeah, we have. We've been to a lot of different corners of Venice, and it seems to be popping up more and more in different areas as well. People here say they are tax-paying citizens. They pay their taxes. They approve the bond measures. What they want to see is some results, and they haven't seen that yet.
We are basically under siege right now.
Rose Avenue in Venice, miles of homeless encampments surrounded by angry and frustrated residents.
You can see this place is just nothing but a pit.
We've gone from being a beautiful neighborhood to a somewhat dangerous one.
We see people shooting drugs, your friends that you know so well. We've all witnessed it. Our children, we can't walk on the sidewalk.
Neighbors say this encampment along Rose near the Penmark Golf Course is fairly new, growing over the last month after they say the city pushed these homeless people out of where they were near the beach when presidential candidate Bernie Sanders came to town.
Our homeless have exponentially increased, and in the case of my block, have more than quadrupled in less than a month.
Frustrated neighbors reached out to NBC4, angry that their councilman, Mike Bonin, was not doing more.
Really doesn't appear to be supporting taxpayers. He's supporting people who essentially are not contributing much.
I just don't have any confidence that his real agenda is to help the people of Venice. I feel we're his dumping ground.
Bonin responded today saying encampments are unacceptable and that he's working to come up with solutions, including opening up temporary bridge housing in the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Anybody in here? Hello.
But even speaking with LAPD senior lead officer here, he says what he's seen on the streets of shame is more than a housing issue.
Yes, there is indeed a housing shortage. I understand that, but what's really fueling this is addiction and mental illness.
Officer Adrian Acosta introduced us to 28-year-old COLLEEN Howard, homeless for 3 years here and living on 3rd and Rose.
I experienced like a broken heart and I kind of got really depressed, and that was it.
He told us she's an example of someone unwilling to accept the many ways the city could potentially help her. And we asked if she would take housing.
I'm not ready for it. I don't think yet. Like, I want to still be myself.
Councilman Bonin's office also says that there's more in the pipeline, especially for 2020, and they applaud court rulings that reject certain lawsuits that they say have been slowing down the progress of some of these streets of shame solutions. Reporting live in Venice, I'm Cádiz Klemack, NBC4 News.
Thank you, John. NBC4 is committed to covering the homeless crisis with our Streets of Shame series. So if you have a story idea, send an email to tips@nbcla.com.